Good morning. Good morning. How are you? So today I want to talk about something really important. And the reason why we actually end up building what I describe as a monster business. Now, let me just check my sound, actually, that's working. If you could let me know in the chat box that you can see me and that you can hear me, that would be amazing, please, when you join me. Let me know. You can see and hear me absolutely fine. Yesterday I had a few problems with sound and that was an absolute pain. I was doing some training in the Content Lounge and we're doing a 5-day blogging challenge in the Content Lounge, and halfway through the Wi-Fi decided not to play the game. It was most frustrating. So hopefully today it's okay. So let me know that you can see and hear me. Okay, that would be amazing, please. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that is really important. Many of you are out there overworked, underpaid, lacking time, very stressed, and finding that you aren't creating the business or the life that you want. Hey Kay, how are you? You're creating the business and the life that maybe you don't want. And there is a reason for that. And the reason why is because you're creating what I call a monster business, which is lots of clients, low revenue, or you're taking on clients that you don't want to work with. I call them vampire clients. They're the ones that suck the life out of you. They drive you completely nuts. And what's really, really important is that you need to understand the reason why you're creating this business is not because there's a lack of abundance out in the world, not because there's a lack of really good clients, not because there's a lack of opportunities for you. It's because you don't say no. I just want to share with you a story. Actually, my best friend, I won't give you her name, but my best friend is growing her own practice. It's not an accounting practice, but she's got a coach, not me. We don't work together because she's my best friend. Always a bad idea. She's got a coach, and her coach said to her that the reason why she was stuck earning the money that she was earning and not getting over 10K a month, which is what she was looking to do, the reason why is because she was taking on the wrong clients. And the wrong clients were blocking her opportunity to have space to take on the right clients in her practice. So what she then decided, she listened to her coach and she was like, okay, fine, I'm going to get rid of the clients that are the wrong clients and leave space for the right clients to come along. And lo and behold, within a couple of days, she got 3 new clients, high value clients, because there was space in her diary and space in her mind for them to come through. Now that might sound a bit woo-woo. Totally up to you if you want to take that on board, or whether that's too woo-woo for you. That's absolutely fine. But it did happen for her, and it was really amazing. And what I want you to understand more than anything is because you say yes to everything, you are limiting your opportunities to have the freedom business that you're looking for, which is less clients, paying you more, valuing you, and giving you the life that you want. Now, also, because you are saying yes to everything in your personal life and your business life, you're limiting the opportunities that you have in your personal life too. But I want to tell you that it's not your fault. And I want to blame your parents, your carers, and your teachers. Okay? So let me just share a little bit with you why you find it so difficult to use the word no. And it has nothing to do with who you are as an adult, and it has nothing to do with the fact that maybe you're like, oh, I'm not strong enough to say no, oh, I want to make sure that, I help everybody. And it all comes from your childhood. And the reason why is everything that we did when we were children, the answer was automatically no. Can I have sweets? No, they're bad for you. Can I go out and play with my friends? No, you have to do your homework. Can I have a new pair of shoes? No, we can't afford it. Can I do this? No. Can I do that? No. And this is where your parents or your carers used to say to you, and your teachers, no, stop doing that. Stop running in the hallway when you're at school. So make sure that you eat all your dinner. Can I leave it? No. So no equals a bad word. You were always primed as a child that no is a bad thing. And you started to resent your parents. You'd sit there and you'd be like, oh God, I can't believe you said no to me. And often This is something I try so hard not to do. But often, if the answer is no, our parents never explained why. So if we wanted to go out and run in the street without shoes and they said, no, put your shoes on, they never said, no, put your shoes on so that you don't cut your foot open on the glass that might be out there. They just went, no, put your shoes on before you go out. And you'd be like, why? And you would never say why to them. Or if you did say why, their answer would be, because I said so. All right. So what you need to remember is that you have been conditioned that no is a really, really bad word and you resent it. You don't like the word no. You don't want the word no in your vocabulary because you're angry. You have a lot of attachment to the word no. And this is all of you, by the way, unless you've been brought up in the past few years where yeah, totally agree. No is a bad word. So that's what we've been conditioned to feel and to see. And that's one of those things that then means that when it comes to the no word, we don't want to use it because we see it as a bad thing. So our answer is always when someone comes to us and says, can you help me? Can you do this? Please, can I have this? Please, can I have a discount? Please, you want to be a pleaser because you don't want to make people feel bad like you did when you were a child, when your parents said, put your shoes on, don't go outside and play in the road without shoes on. Okay, so you're a yes person. And the reason you're a yes person is because you don't want to be a no person. You don't want to be the parents or the carers that brought you up. And you don't realize that the reason why you say yes is not because you don't want to be a no person. It's because you have the bad feelings around the word no. Now, let me share this book with you. This book is called No More, let me find it, No More Mr. Nice Guy. And this is a phenomenal book, okay? And the reason why is because Mr. Nice Guys always say yes, okay? What does it say? It's about being our genuine selves. It frees women we love to trust us and respect us rather than fear and suspect us. It's for every man who does not want to fear commitment out of fear of losing himself. So what happens is, and this isn't just for men, it's a really good book for women as well, is No More Mr. Nice Guy is where Mr. Nice Guy says yes to everything. Mr. Nice Guy says yes to his girlfriend, says yes to his work colleagues, says yes to everything to please people. And what happens is when you say yes and you please people, they don't respect you because you haven't stood by your values. When you say yes and you please people, they see you as a pushover. They don't value you, so they don't see you as a valuable person. And the reason why is because your answer is always yes. And you think that saying yes is the right thing to do, but actually sometimes saying no is the right thing to do. And you have to say yes to the right people. And the first person that you have to say yes to is yourself. So when you take on that client that doesn't pay you well because you want to be liked, you don't want to make them feel bad, you don't want to say no to them because you're ingrained in you is no is a negative word, you're actually saying yes to them, but you're saying no to yourself. Okay, so every time you take on a client that you don't really want to work with, but you feel that you should, you are saying no to yourself. You're putting yourself at the bottom of the pile. And there's a Steve Jobs saying, just let me look it up. Steve Jobs saying, I'm actually as proud of the things we haven't done as the things I have done. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. And that really does equate as well to saying no to clients, opportunities. People might come to you and say, I've got this great opportunity. I've got this really cool business idea. Let's do it together. And your automatic thing would be like, yeah, okay. And then what you get is the feeling maybe, I don't know, a day later, a week later, a year later going, oh, why have I got involved in this? It takes up all my time. I'm not focused on my business. I wanted to help them. You never did it for you. You wanted to help them. So now you're embroiled in this opportunity that maybe takes up half your business life for you feeling stressed out, overworked, underpaid because you haven't said no. So what I wanted you to understand is every time you say yes, you're putting pressure on you. You're putting on that really big heaviness on your back and you are not doing the right thing by you. And it's not because you don't know how to say no. It's because you believe that no is a bad thing from when you were growing up. And actually, it's a complete oxymoron because saying yes is a bad thing, not no. And every time you say yes to an opportunity or a bad client, you are saying no to yourself. And that's something I want you to really get your head around, because you cannot focus on growing your business. You cannot focus on having success if you do not start saying no to the wrong clients, the wrong opportunities, the wrong things, even your friends and family. Say, for example, you're at work and your sister phones you at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, I've just had an idea. Can I just sit and run through it with you? The answer has to be no. You're at work. Okay, you have to have boundaries. You have to say no. But I bet you say yes to your sister if she phones you at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. All right. So you have to train people that the automatic answer is no, not yes. Now, something I do with my children is my answer is always yes to my children, unless there's a reason for it to be a no. So when my kids say to me, can I have some chocolate? The answer is yes. Okay, unless they ask for chocolate 5 minutes before their dinner, and then I would say, no, we've got dinner in 5 minutes. However, this is when you can. So I always give a reason, and I always give a solution. So say a client comes to you and says, oh, can I have a discount? No, this is the reason, but this is what you can do. Okay, so can I come to you with an opportunity? I've got this great business idea. I would love to work with you on it. Are you free to do it? Some people would say yes. Your answer would be no. This is the reason, because I'm currently working on something in my business for the next 3 to 6 months. However, in 6 months' time, I'm happy to revisit it with you, but I can't guarantee it will be a yes then either. Okay, so give explanations why it's a no. Okay, people need to know the no. So can I have a discount? No, you can't have a discount. The reason why is because our services are phenomenal and they're going to transform your business. Okay. I had a guy the other day who was trying to get a discount on the Momentum program, and I absolutely will not give discounts on the Momentum program, because it's not fair on the people that say, hell yes, I'm going to run with the program and I'm going to invest my trust in you, Amanda. I'm going to invest my time and I'm going to do the work. Why would I reward someone that wants a discount rather than reward the people that were a hell yes, I'm going to run with it? Okay, so I want you to understand, every time you give a discount to someone who asks for it, you're actually doing a disservice to your current clients who you haven't given a discount to as well. So you're saying yes to the new person that has no relationship with you, and you're saying no to your current clients that have been loyal and pay you handsomely. And this is where I want you to see where you're prioritizing your no's and your yeses. And very quickly to recap, before I sign off about why you need to say no, that the reason you say no is not your fault. Okay, the reason you say no is because for the first 7 years, the time when our brains were really being hardwired, for the first 7 years, it was always no. Stop doing this. No, you can't do that. No, you can't have chocolate. No, you can't run outside without your shoes on. No, you can't have your friends around. No, we don't have time. Especially like when I was brought up in the 70s. Gosh, that shows my age. When I was brought up in the 70s, we were, especially because I was brought up a little bit by my grandparents as well. I used to hang out with them loads. It was, you have to be seen and not heard. So no, Amanda, you can't do that. Just sit there quietly. And it's not a bad thing. It's absolutely, I absolutely loved my childhood. I had an amazing childhood. But just remember that the way we've been conditioned, the way our family is run, the way our family brought us up, that will then affect our business moving forward. And it's not who you are now, it's who you became in the first 7 years of your life that actually stops you from saying no. Okay, because you see no as a bad thing. You see it, you resent the word no. You see it as you're hurting people. You see it that you're letting people down. You see it that you're stopping people. And that's why no is a bad word for you. And you just need to switch that up and realize every time you say yes to someone, you're saying no to yourself, which means it's a bad word and you're upsetting yourself. So every time you say yes, you're saying no to you. Who's your biggest priority in life? Is it you? Do you look after yourself first? Or do you look after your clients first? And it's a little bit like when you're on the plane and you have to put on your safety mask first. Yeah, Emily, I used to hear that all the time too, and get do as I say, not do as I do. Yeah, absolutely. It's just one of those things that that we were brought up with. I've been really conscious of that with bringing up my kiddies, and I'm very, very lucky with my 18-year-old son. He's got quite loose reins, and because he's got quite loose reins, he actually doesn't rebel. I also have friends that were really had really strict parents, and they just rebelled at 13, 14. Unfortunately, my children haven't done that. So remember, when you're on the aeroplane, and there is an emergency, the air mask drops down and we are told, put your mask on first before you try to save your children, your family, or anybody else, okay? Because if you put your mask on your children or your parents or your friend before you put your mask on you, you could save them in the short term, but you might not get your mask on in time, which means in the long term, your children don't have, it sounds horrendous, but don't have their carer. They don't have their mother or their father. And what you need to remember is if you don't put your mask on first, you can't save anybody else. If you put other people's masks on, you're going to die. That's kind of the basic way of looking at it. That's why they tell us to put our masks on first in the aeroplane, so that we can save ourselves, so we can save others. So every single time you say yes to someone else, you are putting yourself in a position where you are vulnerable, and not that you're going to die, but your business might die because you're saying yes to somebody else. Your relationships might die because you're saying yes to somebody else and not saying yes to yourself. Okay, so just think about that and think, every time you say no, it's because every time you say yes, it's because you've been conditioned no is a bad thing. And every time you say yes, you're putting yourself at the bottom of the pile. You have to learn to say no. I hope this is helpful. Nothing about how to go out and get high value clients in a way, but actually what you're doing by saying no is freeing up your time and your stress, and you're making way for those better opportunities and those better clients. And my answer is always no to anything unless it's a hell yes. So is it a hell yes? Probably not. Then the answer is no. All right, I'll catch up with you all soon. See you later. Bye.